Hello? There we go. Okay. I don't know why it didn't pick up. Good morning, everybody. Joe, you're here. I thought you weren't coming. Here we go. Let's get on. We're going to do our coffee run here. Our YOLO. Let's see. I've got to change my screen a little bit here to make this work. So let me do this. I'm going to go to this view here. DPCL. How's that look? Okay. So I'm going to throw from the right side today over here into the left side. I'm going to bet on the left side today. One throw, that's all we're doing. As you can see, I'm playing roulette later on. So we're going to do some roulette play. And because of that, I can't throw from the other side. Anyway, here we go. Let's get our bets out here. This is the YOLO. So we've earned from $64. Check this out. We're going to be able to go to $60, 6 and 8. Right? How cool is that? And we'll go $30, 5 and 9. I do have an extra, what is this? $6. Let's put a $4 horn out there, which I know you guys can't see, but it's over there. And I'll take the $2 and just, that'll be what we live with if we 7 out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to throw this way over here. Let's do it. One shot. The one shot for glory. Here we go. Off the roulette table, we're going to shoot it. And boy, oh boy, these are always, I don't know why I get so freaking scared on this toss every day. It always freaks me out. Here we go. Gotta love John's the back of my head, right? I know. That camera's in a weird spot, but it's better for teaching from the other side. Here we go. Coming out. One shot. Whatever that is across. 160 plus 30. 40, whatever. $200 across. Here we go. Come on, Johnny. Let's get anything but a you-know-what. Here's the dice. There's the dice. We have can you see it? I don't want to cheat here. You see the 3. Here comes the 2. I'm just going to slide up very carefully. There's a 2. So 3, 2, 5. Booyah. So once again, that'll pay $42. We'll lose that horn bet, which is fine. But we'll get paid our $42 on that, which is awesome. Let me get the money out here. All right, so now with $42, I can actually tomorrow we can actually add 25 to the 4 and the 10, or the 5 and the 9. So they can go to now. We'll be at 220 inside tomorrow. I'm going to make that a green chip right now so I don't forget. So we'll go. We'll go 220 inside with a $4 horn, and that's tomorrow's YOLO. That's going to be fantastic. So far, knock 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 the wood. Knock 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 the wood. We're doing okay. I think we've won 6. In the casino, the best I've done recently is like 3 or 4. I haven't gotten this far in a casino yet. But the last time we did on the show, I think I petered out twice. And then, but then we had that great run. We had that great run where I won $100,000. So let's do it. Here we go. Coming on in. Good morning. Thanks for being late. How many people are here? We have 20 people watching at 8 o'clock in the morning. My goodness gracious. Thanks all for being cool about being late. I forget every other week with my side hustle at Premier Casino Hosting. We have a meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning meeting every other Tuesday. And I forget about it until it's the time, and then I have to go delay the show. So my fault for not knowing that ahead of time is what it is. So let's get to the show, and I'll remind you of the things I remind you of all the time. Okay, and Jacob is here. Hey man, how you doing, buddy? No one thinks I cheat. Good. There's no way I could ever call myself credible if I was spinning dice out here, right? All right. So remember all the important things, right? Having goals. Understanding your bankroll. This is like the most key thing. And we're going to talk a little bit about a call out that happened yesterday for me. But what do you see on here? Like people who play with me know that I do this, right? Like I am very aware of my bankroll. I stress out, even if I hate to say it's fake money, but it's fake money. Like this is going to sound so bad. When I go to the casino, it's fake money to me. It's no different than this, right? Because it is 401g money. It's money that I had set aside for this. It's not money that I'm living on. Even then, so if I lose it, it doesn't impact my life. It just impacts my next trip to the casino, feeling like, oh, I got a little bit less. So I don't worry about it so much, right? But I still hate losing. You know what I mean? And I'm very aware of the bankroll that I brought. And I have my risk profile, right? I'm very low risk very conservative early in the game. If I get a little bit of juice, I feel like I'm more aggressive, right? And I'm in touch with that, and it's okay for me. You got to be okay with your risk profile too, and understand how you want to play the game, how you want to view risk and experience your time, and marry it to your bankroll and your strategy. I think it's so important, right? Discipline and mindset, of course, makes it all work, and that I think all these things play together in this really cool way that make your experience awesome. And again, I'm not going to give you, Jacob's not going to give you, nobody's going to give you, although I'm going to lie and I'll give it to you in a minute. There's no secret sauce here, right? Nobody's telling you the way to win is to throw good. The way to win is to bet like this. There is none, right? You got to find the way that works for you. JB called me out yesterday a little bit in the comment for the video, which I think was fine, right? He's like, hey, how about you do a video where you talk about the horseman sometime, right? Because I talk about it every day. Well, guess what? It's how I fucking play, right? I play that thing out all the time. It works for me. I know it. It's like my wife. Like, I know her so well, I can finish her sentences. That's how the horseman is for me, right? I play that thing so much, and I have all the spin-offs that I do from it. It's just my thing. People want to see how I play at the casino. What do you do for real? All these strategies you talk about, what do you actually do? That's what I actually do. And sometimes I bear to the left and I do something a little different, but 9 times out of 10, that's where I'm at, right? And I play with discipline because I don't like to lose, right? I will sometimes restrict myself from winning to the dismay of a lot of people. I'll miss rolls because I'm focused on the now, not the future kind of thing, right? And that's just my way. It's okay because I frame it here. And I bring this chart in my head every time I go. You should too. You should too. All right, let's get to it. Let's see here. I have a couple things to talk about. Cashier's Cage called me out on a video. I think it came out last night or this morning. Probably because I called him out on Craps Chat, right? And I said Jimmy and Cage ought to do a show together, right? And here's the thing, I poke fun as often as I can because I can. I have the bully pulpit here. I think when you wrap yourself, and we'll talk about this here in a minute more, but when you wrap yourself in a cape, right? You're gonna get barbs. You're gonna take shots. And Jimmy wraps himself in the goat cape, and so does Cage to some degree. And I think you're gonna get shots, right? And if they want to fire back, it's cool. I'm big boy. I can handle that. So we'll talk about that more in just a second. My premier hosting meeting this morning, we went over our 2026 cruising calendar. There's almost an average of about 2 cruises per month that premier hosting is putting on or hosting. They're going to get a little bit more involved, I think, into Craps for the Cure this year and next year. We're trying to work some deals with them and Casino Quest and trying to make the whole thing work. The Craps for the Cure team and I are going to try and meet. We're going to try again this week to meet up and get going on design planning for the next event, which it's coming around. It's already April, right? It's coming in September, so we got 4 or 5 months to get ready for it. You can expect for sure for me to start asking for money soon. We're going to start getting you all signed up and having you hopefully pre-donate a little bit before the event, right? Maybe get up on like the $10 a month plan or something like that. It'd be kind of cool, right? I'm not sure why Jimmy doesn't care. He makes Barack Obama money, right? That guy drives a garbage truck and he makes $250 a year. Magically, right? Magically, he makes more money than all of us, right? Anyway, we're gonna do Trendy Tuesday, and I think what I'm gonna probably do every week on Trendy Tuesday is do roulette. I think it's gonna become roulette day, and the reason why is, you know how I feel about trends. We don't have to debate that ad nauseum, right? But if you're going to try and do a strategy or a thing that kind of catches a wave and sort of capitalizes on that, you can't do it in craps. I mean, it just takes too long. I could do a pass line thing. I could do a field thing, but field's too crazy for me. It's not a good teaching thing. Roulette is better for that. We can just bet red and black or high-low, whatever it is, and we'll just kind of, follow bet on roulette for a while and just have some fun kind of talking about it. So Tuesdays will probably end up being roulette day, just because if I'm going to do any kind of a streak betting thing, it's got to be on a quick resolution. So, all right, let's get into the Cage thing. I say, where's the beef, right? Here's the thing, and I say this with all due respect to everybody. If you're going to wrap yourself in the cape of I'm an expert, right? That becomes your entire identity. And I think it's important if you're going to say, and this is not the case specifically, but if you're going to say, I'm the GOAT, I'm the greatest craps player of all time, pay me to learn from me, right? You can bet everything comes out of your mouth is going to be grounds for dismissal. That's how I look at that, right? Every bit of snark and rage and whatever you want to call it that goes, some people's way, Jimmy in specific, right? It's earned and deserved because he's asked for it. He's asked to be called out. Cage also is in this group for me, right? Because he's wrapped himself in the cloak of, or the cape of, I'm the best chopper thrower on the planet. I basically own the toss and everybody else can suck it. That's kind of the vibe, the ego coming out of that garage right now. And I don't like it. Like I said this before, I'm not here to kumbaya anybody. Like I'd like for us all to get along. The casino is the common enemy. All those things are true. I don't see the need for any of this until you start talking shit, right? And he wants to throw better than me blindfolded, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm not claiming I'm a good thrower, right? I practice it every day. And you know what? Something else, I will be the first one to say this. And I think that my good friend, Dr. Don't Pass One, in his comments on Cage's channel said, nobody else is talking about the back wall diamonds. I do. Like, I throw the dice a little harder than most people do, than Cage does, than even Gargoyle wants me to, right? I enjoy the dice hitting the back wall. I'm not trying to feather them between the fucking spikes and be all like that, right? I think, and I've told you this, my throw, I believe, and I've seen it in slow motion, when the dice spin into the diamonds help the spin stay. I want the spin to stay. I throw them a little harder than most people do so they hit the back wall, so they keep spinning in the direction I want. I'm doing it on purpose, right? My dice scatter more than most for a reason. I'm doing a physics experiment with it. That's how I do it, right? But yeah, if Cage thinks he can throw better than me blindfolded on neoprene, have at it. Let's do it live. I don't give a shit. If you thought that much of your throw, do the competition, right? George has a competition every year that opens up to everybody. If you want to throw, you think you're that good of a thrower, go to George. Sign up for the thing, do it live with all of us. We all do it every year. Every year we all get in there and we all get embarrassed with our PSO at some point, right? I have done it every single year. I show my shitty throws every single day. I talk through it. I show my losing sessions every day, and I talk about my trips to the casino whenever I go. You always know what happens. If I lose or if I win, I share everything. There's not one shred of bullshit coming out of this mouth. So to be called out for talking shit, if he's talking about me, then that's fucked up. That's all I got to say about that, right? Believe me, if you're not going to find a more honest person with regards to how good or bad he's throwing and what he's trying to do, right, than me. You're not going to find a more honest person about wins and losses at the casino than me. I'm not out here telling you bet like John and win $500K a year. I'm not out here telling you throw like me and you'll never lose a hand. I'm not doing that. I'm not pulling that shit. And the people that I am friends with don't do it either. Nobody here is claiming to be an expert. We're claiming to have a little more experience and some knowledge, and we're just sharing it and having an honest conversation. So that's that. End of story. We'll do. I'll throw with anybody. I don't really care. All right, here we go. Let's get into roulette. You ready to play some roulette? The secret sauce. And again, this right here is important. It's going to be roulette today. Okay. This works in craps too. I just don't want to sit here and throw for 3 hours trying to set and hit points and work the pass line. It just takes too damn long. So roulette's a better demonstration for what I'm going to show you because it's fast. We can get more results, right? But I think the secret sauce in anything in gambling is bet leveling, okay? If you talk to the guys who are advantage players in blackjack, which there are very few of those anymore because of the automatic shufflers, but the secret to winning is not counting the cards. Counting the cards is like throwing the dice. It's a skill that you earn and learn, right, over time. The way that those guys win is by bet leveling. When the count is good, they level up their bets, right? In Baccarat, the guys who really win Baccarat, they don't win because they got some little piece of paper that they're writing stuff down on and go, oh, you know what Reds do or bankers do? Let's dump $500,000 on banker because it's due. They don't do that, right? They're running on the streak. Roulette, baccarat, blackjack, very streaky games. So can the line be in craps. The craps line, the field can be very streaky pieces of these games. And if you're betting low, you only lose a little bit when you're losing, right? If you can get in on the first or second hit of something and it happens to form 4, 5, 6 in a row and you're leveling your bets up and so you're leaning into it, that's where you make your money. And when it happens, it doesn't happen very long. You catch 4 or 5, bye-bye, right? You got to be willing to quit. That's that whole chart in the beginning, right? Be aware of your situation. If you're in a situation where you're winning and the winning stops, get out, right? That's the thing. These games are very streaky. And you work hard to catch a streak. If you catch one, go. If you're a great dice tosser and you create a streak, bully for you. Bet your streak, and when the streak stops, tap out, right? There's no law that says you got to stay unless you've agreed, like I did, to be on TV for 9 hours, right? And you're going to play with your group, and you're doing the thing. That's fine. All right, here we go. Let's go. Give me a second here. I'm going to set the table up. I think I want that light to be off. Hold on. Let me see how this looks. I'm going to move this over here. Give me a second to get this out the way. Let me slide the wheel over. And I think we're going to have a little bit of glare because that top light, I can't really make the top light not have glare over here. I'm sorry about that. But I think you can see the table okay. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pull the dolly out over here. Let's get a bankroll. Let me get, let's see. I got to go lean over here. Sorry about that. I'm going to lean over and get this guy here. Ugh. You know what we're going to do, by the way, today? Because it's in my hand. I'm going to put this over. This is our good luck chart. For those of you who don't know, our good friend Chris from Sideshow Gamble, he's a member of the U.S. military. He's been deployed and back a few times. This is actually the patch of his group, Fox Fighters. He gave me this patch a long time ago, and I know, they don't share those very often. And it's been on my table. It's got like a little Velcro. It's been on my table since his deployment the first time. And you guys can't always see it, but it's always there. And it just reminds me of what a great guy he is. So let's put this here today for good luck. We'll have Chris fighting along with us today. All right. Let's just do like $500. We'll just do 500 in green. So there's 1, there's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 in green. And that's it, okay? And let's just find one, right? Trends are not streaks, right? Trends and streaks are 2 different things, Mark. And I say this all the time, ad nauseum, right? There's no such thing in a random trial as a trend, right? But streaks form, and there's a difference to that because streaks happen randomly. Trends happen with something forcing it to happen. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel. Let's get a result, and we can predispose ourselves to bet maybe 2 even numbered things. Maybe we'll go like the color and even or odd, and we'll do them both at the same time based on what happens, and we'll do a little leveling system as we go. We got a 1 red, so it's right there. So if we're going to bet 1 on red and 1 on the odd, 1 unit each, red and odd, okay? And whatever comes next, we'll keep betting whatever comes next, 1 unit at a time. Now we have a starting point. And hopefully one of these 2 things goes off. We'll do a little up and pull. All right, here we go. Yeah, they are fighting words on my channel. I do not like the word trend. I get it, though. I get why people think things are trending, but they really don't. The net effect in the end is the same, though. You get 5 things to happen. Good for you. All right, 14 red. So that's going to slide the dolly here. So 14 red, we're going to lose the odd. We're going to win the red. It's a tie. So when you're doing this, you're kind of tying a little bit. Sometimes you might lose them both, but you might be here for a little bit until something kind of picks up. Now we're going to go red and even. Hopefully we catch them both, and we can start leveling things up. If you wanted to, what you could do is say, look, we're going to stay here on the even one, or we're going to level up the one that won, the red, and still try and catch the other wave. And we'll do like a little up and pull here as we go through. It's better to start with 2 units, actually. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll go here, 2 units each. So I have the ability to go like a little up and pull. Let's do that. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we got us a 32 red. That's fantastic. That's going to be a win on both. 32 red. That is here. That's a win on both. So what's going to happen here is this. We're going to win 2 here. We're going to win 2 here. We're going to up and pull every time. So as you catch the wave, we're going to go up a unit and pull back profit. Hopefully one of these 2 things stays kind of hot, right? And we catch, now we've seen, what, 3 reds in a row, which is kind of neat. Again, these things happen. Hopefully we get one more and we'll be able to lock a profit in with one more hit. One more hit of red, if it's both, but we're going to be in great shape. I need my stool out the way there. Come on, red and even. It's 9. Oh, it's even, but not red. Okay, 28. So we stay even, but we lose the red. Now watch, we're going to lose 3 on the red. We're going to win 3 on the even. Okay, the even won, so it goes up a unit. The red one lost, it goes back to base. Our base is going to be a 2-unit bet instead of 1. So it lost, it goes back to base. The one that won goes up a unit. Now normally you either go up and pull, but since we have to go back out, that ended up being a kind of a tie. So here we go. Let's stay even. Now we're looking for even to catch, man. If even catches, we're going to be in super good shape. If not, we start over again and we're only down a couple of units. Again, you're only ever losing or at risk for the lowest one. And this could be a field. This could be a pass line. There's 10 black. So here goes the thing, 10 black. It's on the birthday row. As you know, the birthday double street there. All right, so we lose the red, but we win 4 on the even. It goes up another unit. Red, now we're going to go to black. Black starts over. We can pull profit in. Okay. If you look at where we are, because we're up and pull, up and pull, up and pull, this bet has grown to 5 units. And if you look at my rack, check this out. There's the 500 we started with. We're up 6 units right now. We're up 150 bucks out of 500. Tracking towards, right, a 50% win already. Right? When you catch it and you bet it correctly in the streak that you're in, you can do okay with this, right? For our purposes, let's just sit here and stay where we are. We'll stay where we are for another spin. We're probably going to get a red odd right now, right? But let's show you the pattern, right? Up and pull, start from base when you lose. Up and pull. If we lose it all, we end up being down 1 unit right now because we're only ever losing the minimum. Here we go. This is kind of being greedy. This is, I really should be going home right here, right? So Buckeye's got a good point, which I'll talk about in a minute here. Come on. It's red and odd. See, I told you we're gonna lose. We lose it all. Red odd, it's a 7. So there goes everything, right? That was the nightmare scenario. But again, point made, I would have been out of here with the other one, right? All right, here we go. Red 2, odd 2, restart the process. Buckeye says trends happen in roulette because the dealers, right? Like I said before, if somebody's making it happen, it's a trend, right? If a DI is making the 5 happen, right, you can create a trend by what you're doing. A dealer who can find a pocket in here, which I think that those, oh, it's a 0. Everybody loses. A dealer who can find a pocket can create a trend, 100%, right? By pure magic, it doesn't happen. We're going to stay red and odd, 2 and 2. And now look what happened. How fast this goes, right? When I said to you in the secret sauce slide, and I'll go back to that slide in a minute. Actually, once this ball falls, I'll go back there in a minute. And I want to make a point because it's important to do it. That is a 10 black. That is everything. Again, look at the losses, right? 10 black. Now we're opposite. Right here goes all the money. Black and even. Okay. Let's go back a slide real quick. I'll be right back here. We're going to go over here. Let's see. We're going to go here and remind you of this, right? Starting small, which is what we're doing. Our base bet is 2 units, right? Catch the wave, which we did. We leaned into it by going up a unit and pulling a unit, right? We should have GTFO'd. Should have been out, right? I said it, if I'm in the casino and I'm up 6 units like that, buy. You win 6 units that fast in roulette, you got to be gone, right? We're doing a show here, so I'm going to keep on rolling through it, right? Look at what happened. Just that fast, right? As easy as it was to get good is as fast as it was to burn half our bankroll away. Just like that, right? Because we're on the opposite side of it, okay? When you happen to catch a good run, you got to lean in, and the minute that run stops, you got to be done. You got to be done, or pick your goal and boogie. That's so important to do that, right? And again, I can talk about it all I want to when I'm here. Right, here we are again, another red. It's a red odd. Should I have been a red odd last? I forget what last one was. Red odd. No, we're right. Here we go. Red and odd. And look at the chop that we're in. We're losing both bets every single time. After winning both bets every single time, 5 in a row, now we've lost both bets in a time, 5 in a row. Follow me? Yeah, everything works hopefully when it works when you're playing. That's all it is, right? James is right. You hope it's going to be okay, right? We have a 26 black. And again, odd loses, red loses. We're just getting destroyed. We're back and forth on this damn thing. Here's our last bets. That's that black and even. Black and even. Yeah, I'm going to borrow a quarter from a friend. And let's see if we can start. Look how fast that thing goes, right? The other way. It's very interesting, I think, when you're betting these games. If you can catch your run, great. If you don't, look what happens. Look how fast that happened. That thing went out down to 0 like that. Here we go. Black and even. 26. That's good. We finally got a win out of ourselves, right? 26 is here. Got them both. My goodness gracious. Can we get out of this thing? Even and black. They'll both go up by 1, and we'll pull the remainder. Let's see if we can't rebuild that bankroll. Let's rebuild it. Let's get 2 or 3 in a row here, right? Can we catch another run that's good for us? Probably not. We're like, what, 20 units down? 8. There it is, 8 even. That's great. That's good, 8 even. That's right there. And that'll pay, okay. That'll pay 3 there and 3 there. And again, up 1, and pull the rest, right? So we're going to lean in just a little bit every time. Now look, we had, what we have here? We had 20 green chips to start, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 14. We have 14 back. So we're getting close, right? Now there are a couple of hits here. If the run that we're on stays, we're leaning into it by upping and pulling. I'm not doing I often say time is the enemy, and you can see it right here, right? If you have a good time, a good session time-wise, bye-bye, 30. Okay, that's an even, but we lose the black. 4 goes away, but it pays there, okay? Up 1 here, start over on the color. We can still bring 1 back. We're still okay. Again, we're down, but we're staying alive, catching a trend, catching a wave, catching a whatever you want to call it, streak. Come on, be good. 18 red. Boom. How about that? How about the red and that's a 5-unit win over there. Now, sometimes when I'm doing this, by the way, I do cap. Like, I'll do this to a point, and I'll stop at level 5 or 6 or whatever we're pressing to. Here's a good chance to look at our bankroll. We got 1, 5, 10, 15. Look at this. If I bring it all back, as bad as we were doing before, right, we're now up a unit. I was down to the last one, and we fought all the way back to be up a unit, right? And again, here's the chance where you say to yourself, well, we can keep doing what we were doing, lean into the damn thing, or reset and start over. We're going to go ahead because we can. We're going to lean into it. We're going to go 5 on the what we have here. That was an even, and start over on the evens. All right, we're going to lean in because we can, It's fake money on the show, and I want to keep rolling this thing out and get you the ebb and flow here. But again, we won 6 units. We lost it all. We fought back to win a unit. Tie's a win. That might be a trigger for you to get the hell out, right? Get down with it, right? 19 odd. Or 19, is it 19? Okay, so it's odd, but it's a red, which is good. So we lose the even bet, which kind of sucks, but here we are with a 5-unit win on the red. That's pretty freaking awesome, right? Let's go to odd, up a unit, and pull. Now we're at 6 here and 2 here, but we really need this thing to stay red, right? If this thing stays red, we're going to be in great shape. Notice how I'm not saying black is due and switching sides. I'm just going to run with what happens. It's in a random game, you're just hoping for the cluster. Hoping for a cluster, it's good for you. There's a 3. 3 odd. There's a 3. We win both bets. 2 on the odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up, up, and pull the rest back. And now, there's 500 we started with. There's $50 locked in the box. We have 75. There's 100. 250 bucks. It's a 50% win. That would be a definite go home, right? You win 250 out of 500 just by following what's happening. That's got to be good enough. I have to stop, right? I have to stop. Let's pretend that it's Tuesday. So Monday we did it. Actually, we can look at this and say, you know, Monday we really won the 125. I should have left, right? But here's, actually it's 300 bucks total because I had the money out there. 300 bucks, that's not bad out of 500. Let's lock it. Let's lock her up. Start again. New day, we're gonna catch a new number. No bets, we're just gonna catch a new number. To the cage, right? To the cage. Skill has something on his mind clearly. I'm not sure what it is, but can we talk now, he says. All right, there's another 3. Boy, look at that. Is that a repeat? Because the thing's already there. 3 red. All right, let's go. 2 red, 2 odd. Here we go. Think about how hard it is for a roulette ball to repeat back to back. That's a pretty tough order right there. All right, here we go. Stay red. That's a black, and it's even. We lose them all. So here we go. We're gonna go oppo for a minute. Take those out. Black and even, right? Okay. Black and even. Let's do it. Everybody's to the cage. Walk with the winnings. Get out, right? For sure. Oh, it's 8. Is it 8:50? I do have a 9 o'clock meeting today too. 17 odd. Okay, so we're going to lose the even bet. We're going to win the black bet. 17 odd, right? So again, I will up the winner, move to odd, and have to restart. So we're not going to be able to pull a win on that one. Let's go. Yeah, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here at in about 5-10 minutes. Oh no, it's a 0. Everything goes away. There's the 0. Bummer. Like last time, right? We're gonna get our bankroll down to the nuts here, and hopefully we can fight back. All right, let's go again. What the last thing was? Black and odd. Let's catch it. Let's catch it. Let's catch it. I'm going to pull this over here too, so. All right, we got a 27 odd. There it is. So we lose the black, we win the odd. Same thing as before. Up a unit here, go to red there, and basically start over. Last couple spins. Let's burn the bankroll or make a profit, and we'll call it a morning. That's even black. Bummer, dude. We lose everything. We lose it all. Even black. It's a 6. Odd and red all go away. Last bet right here. Last bet. Even black. We have 2 units left in the rack, and that's it. We're going to either lose 450 or Come storming back, baby. That's a 27 red. Is that everything? We lose all the bets. There it is. That was a ass-kicking session right there. Nothing left to bet on, so we have 50 bucks. So in that first session, we won 150, right? And I said we should stop. Let's call that a stop, right? Restarted the bankroll and won 300. We went down and up 300. Monday, Tuesday. Today we lost 450. Altogether, even for the week. If you took those 3 sessions, we're even, right? Welcome to the wonderful world of gambling. That's kind of how that works. I'm going to come back over here and we'll take skills advice and do some questions really quick, and then I got to go to my meeting. Another meeting. It's good to have meetings, right? People want to have, that means I have work to do, right? Let's go here. PowerPoint. All right. Let's do the Q's and A's. Q's and A's. Let's see what we have here. Do I have Q and A's? Where's my mouse? Come on, mousey. There we go. Let me search for Q's first. All right, so no actual questions. The PCs are, I did read the book I sent you a messenger. I'll respond to that on the next, maybe tomorrow's episode of in the Daily Dose of DI. And a little preview for everybody. Skill was kind of pushing back a little bit on the way I talk about hiding sevens with dice setting. So we'll talk. I'll learn, or I'll try and bring that together if I can for you. Let's see. There are lots of great people we missed that pop in and out from time to time. Not sure what you're talking about. Was that in response to something I said earlier, I guess? I don't know. And you say we claim learning from the School of Hard Knocks, for sure. Here's the deal, right? And I want to go back a screen, because this is the School of Hard Knocks. This is like, I think people, and I used to be guilty of this too, and that's why we do the shows. That's why I do this every day. That's why I go off on things, right? You learn from the School of Hard Knocks things like what I say about trending. Trending is bullshit. It doesn't happen. There's no trending in gambling. There is no trending. Sports, potentially, right? Teams can get hot, right? Players can get hot. There can be a trend over there because somebody's behind it, right? A DI could create a trend by their set toss and they're getting a bunch of fives. Cool. I'll buy that, right? A roulette dealer that's cheating could 100% cause a sector to be trending. No question about it, right? Matter of fact, I'm so sure of that casinos have, and now that I'm learning the behind the scenes stuff from Casino Quest, there's so many rules in place for dealers to follow when they spin the ball to make sure that can't happen. The casino is so sure that a roulette dealer can put a ball in a sector that there's like 5 things a dealer has to do before they roll the ball to ensure they can't. And in fact, they're probably going to go away from people rolling the ball and go to the automatic shooter pretty soon because they're so sure dealers can do it, right? That could cause a trend of a sector. Follow me? But the reality of it is this. Everything is actually random. Blackjack is random. Baccarat is random. Roulette is random. 99.9% of craps is probably random, right? In that world, a trend cannot happen, but a streak can happen. Clusters can happen. You saw here today, we lost 7 in a row. We won 9 in a row. I lost 3 in a row. I won 5 in a row. Your money just goes away like that. Or we won 250 before we even thought about it. We went from 4 chips in the rack to being up whatever it was, 16 chips in like no time. That's streaky. Roulette is a streaky game. Baccarat. The red and black in roulette is no different than banker player in baccarat. It's no different than pass line, don't pass line on the craps table. Those things catch 4, 5, 6 in a row. If you're betting it right, a 2-unit something, it could be 2 reds on a $10 table. When you lose it, or when you win it, you go to 15, you go to 20, you go to, right? Up and pull, or a full parlay, however you want to do it. Only ever lose the minimum. On a good one, you lean into it. And you up and pull, up and pull, up and pull until you're done. When you hit a number, you get out of there, right? Wash your hands of the whole thing and get the fuck out as soon as possible on the streaks, right? Gambling is a streaky thing. Sometimes the streak will get you, as you saw in that last one. The streak went against us. Sometimes the streak goes for you. In the end, we basically tied in those 3 sessions, right? It would have been nice to have had the last session be a winner, but whatever, right? That's the way this all works. Only lose your smallest bet. Always win your biggest bet. And lock it up when you can. That's the secret sauce, folks. That's it. That's it. And it works everywhere, right? It works to their advantage and it works to your advantage. It's what side of that run are you going to be on? The thing is, every time you're on the good side of a run, you have to stop when it stops. That's the secret to this. That's the secret sauce. It's number 4. You lean into it. The minute it goes south, bye-bye, right? If I'm up like I was here, $300, right? And we lose 1, see ya. That's it, end of the run. End of the run, I'm to the cage. That's the secret sauce. That's hard knocks. That's trying to cuddle it back for 20-something years. That's trying to, David calls it chasing the win. Don't chase the win. You got to win. You want more wins? Guess what? There goes your bankroll. Chasing wins is as bad as chasing losses. Accept the win and accept the loss and keep it predictable and even. That's the secret sauce here. If there is a secret sauce, that's what I would call it. Johnny's Special Blend. Okay, don't forget those. If I'm going to write a book, it's a 1-page book, and that's the lesson in the book. Don't chase your wins. Don't chase your losses. Get out when the getting's good. Catch a streak and get the hell out of there. Right? That's the secret. Whether it's pressing a 6 until you or whatever, or whether it's what we just saw. I can't stress it enough. All right, I got to get out, folks. You all have a good day. I got my 9 o'clock session here. Love y'all. Every single one of you, love y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for hearing me rant earlier. And we will talk soon. Happy hump day for tomorrow. Bye-bye.